Hi, everyone.
How bad was that? How bad was that? That was so bad.
You know what's funny about that photo shoot is that it was supposed to be funny, kind of like a cringy funny.
It was absolutely supposed to be cringe funny.
Because we were in our alter egos, but we got so many comments about how beautiful the pictures were, and it shows how much we love each other, which that's awesome. It wasn't the vibe I guess we were going for, but
no, I was cracking up at how absolutely cringy we were supposed to be making these awkward family photos between me and Buddy, and then we had these comments like, "This, you should frame this," and I'm like, "No, you should not. We should not be framing any of this."
Oh man, I think we gotta frame them. I think that to especially like only put them out if our kids have like friends that come over, and we put those pictures out all over the house.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Those big canvas prints.
Yeah, huge canvas prints all over the house.
Especially the one of me and the tractor. That was horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, good evening, everyone.
Oh man. Pat
and Stephanie Jean. From the Denman homestead here. Man, what a wild ride yesterday was.
It really was. I haven't recovered yet. I don't know if I ever will.
Yesterday. Oh wait, no, not yesterday. Yesterday's when the video came out. So yeah, yesterday for everyone, but Saturday for us.
Yesterday was Saturday.
Oh, the video came out today.
Yeah,
oh my
but gosh. Yesterday was when we did it.
Yesterday was the day that we did everything. Yeah, what a wild ride yesterday was. Woke up in the morning, just kind of doing our chores around the house, and Steph was like, "You want to do our date night bowling thing?
Want to get it over with?"
I was like, "Sure, why not?" Oh man, we did not realize it was going to turn into a photo shoot. And all the greatness that was captured in that.
Yeah, Bree really came in clutch for us because we were like, you know what? It was actually Jamie's idea. Jamie sent me this clip. She was like, please do this one pose. And it was a wheelbarrow pose of like, I don't even know, some mastermind movie she referenced. I hadn't seen it yet.
There's a movie called Masterminds is what she said. We had not seen it, but she sent us a clip of the photo shoot. And she was like,
awkward family photo shoot.
You got to recreate this. That was what we tried to do.
Yeah, so I called up Bree, and I was like, Bree, we're coming home from bowling. We're 10 minutes away from home. Can you take some pictures of me and Buddy? She was like, yeah, that's no problem. And then she had no idea what she was signing up for. No idea. And then, of course, Cash and Carter wanted to have a photo shoot, so I got some really cute photos of them. And
yeah,
it was
fantastic.
It was a family affair.
All right, before we go too far.
Oh, yes.
Good things.
Let's drop good things.
All right, so... let us know what you got going on good in your life. And if you are here with us right now, you can put it in the chat. If you are watching this later, you can put it in the comments. But anything you got going on good. Could be big, could be small. Just want to focus on the good at all times. I saw one good thing already was watching the video from this morning.
Okay, I'm glad that was your good thing.
Yeah. It was funny. It was great.
What's your good thing?
What is my good thing? I'd say my good thing is really embracing Pat. There were so many comments on our video about how I really embraced Pat, and it was like I was a different person. And I just transformed in front of everyone. And that is a sign of masterclass acting skills.
That's a sign of multiple personality disorder. I think that's what that is. I'm pretty sure. But hey, potatoes.
Listen, my good thing really is that we had a lot of fun doing the date night challenge.
Yeah.
And that's what these date night challenges are for, just so that to get us out of our box and do something different. And I'm excited to scratch off another one with everyone tonight and see where that takes us.
Yeah.
And I feel like every single time. Sorry, I don't want to go too far. What's your good thing, babe?
Oh, you can.
I was just gonna say every single time that we have a live after we've done a date night challenge, I feel like I say we're gonna really try and do the other one quicker and not make everyone wait so long. And I feel like we're just getting longer and longer in between the date night videos. So that's
to be fair, we've had a lot of stuff going on.
We did.
In the world.
Had some stuff happening. So
yeah.
Okay.
My good thing?
Yeah, what's your good thing, babe?
Okay, my good thing. Gosh, I think I just had it and it left. Oh, I know what it is. I'm beating you right now.
Oh, in fantasy football?
In fantasy football.
Is that really what you want to say? Because you've been nervous all day about.
Well, at this very moment, I'm beating you, and
so
that's
you're
my good.
Take this moment to brag.
Yeah.
Even though you could still lose.
Yep. Right now, in this moment, I'm beating you, and I want it to be known.
Okay.
Technically, I'm beating you in our league. Technically, I'm number 1 in our league.
You are, and that's why I feel like it would feel really good to dethrone you tonight, or just knock you down a peg, because you've just been up on your high horse, and
I just love how I'm in a league of all men.
Looking down on me from your high horse.
All men in our league, in our friend league, for money this year for the first time, and I'm number 1.
Yeah. And so
I don't know.
I kind of feel bad that this was neither one of our good thing, but Diane asked how Caden's ear was.
Oh, Caden.
So Caden has nothing wrong with his ear.
Yeah, he's good.
Nothing wrong at all. And did we update, or did we only update Facebook about the ear?
I don't remember.
Can't remember. Okay, so Caden's ear was not damaged at all. He just had a scratch inside of his ear canal, like a scratch that was bleeding, and the blood from that scratch in his ear canal is what made the blockage, and that was why he couldn't hear very well. But it makes sense. There was no pain. His eardrum was completely fine. Like nothing wrong with his eardrum. Just had to flush out some of that dried blood from the little scratch in his ear.
So I think I got into the wrong business, because when I was watching the ENT doctor sucking out, they used this little thing that like went into his ear, and it was like doing this stuff to like suck out whatever was in there. Oh, I so wanted to be like looking over his shoulder, being like, "Can I see?" Because he had these like this little thing that he brought down over his eyes so he could look into the ear canal, and he was like sucking it all out. I so wanted to do it. I should have done that.
You updated everyone on Timeout Tuesday about the ear.
Oh, okay.
So if you missed Timeout Tuesday
with Jamie,
we had it. Steph hosted Jamie here in the barn, and that was when you gave your update. But yes, that's the update on Caden's ear.
Yeah.
He's good. So yes, thank God for that. There was no damaged eardrum, nothing like that. So
yeah, very blessed. All of our kids are healthy right now, and football is almost over for Caden. Next Thursday is his last game of the season, so let's just get through this last game, and then I'll be able to breathe a little bit.
Take a breather.
Yeah.
Until he starts running track, which he has injured himself running track too.
Yeah, but I'm good with track.
Yeah, so. It's much not near as bad as the injuries in football can be.
For sure.
For sure. Okay, babe. What do you want to talk about first?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Should we just do it? Should we just do it live?
Scratch off the
next date?
The next date?
Challenge?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
And one thing I wanted to talk about was that we received some really cool news from North Carolina.
Oh.
The church that we were working with in North Carolina, Morganton First Church of God, they posted on their Facebook that they are receiving Amazon packages from their Amazon wish list. And the notes that you guys are putting in there are, like I found out about your church from the Denman homestead, and they posted that on their social media.
Yeah.
That made us feel really good, because
it's really cool to see.
it was hard for us to leave when there was still so much that needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But that feeling that our community here is
Through
still
you guys, like
through you guys,
our community, as in like you guys here,
still supporting,
yeah,
even after we're gone. Like,
right. Yeah,
that was a good feeling.
Yeah, the ripple effects of you guys are continuing, to echo in North Carolina, and so that's such a blessing, I think, to see that, and for them, I know for sure. Yeah, I've seen some pretty awesome reports of companies building sheds for people that are living in tents, and just like amazing humans helping humans story.
Yeah, and I felt bad because when we talked to them while we were there, they told us that they had an Amazon wish list. So we went ahead and released the video to add the Amazon wish list, or we scheduled the video for release to add the Amazon wish list, but then I couldn't find it. So, and they were supposed to get back to me, and I went ahead and posted the link to the church on the video to make sure that everyone knew how they could contact them through Facebook. And there was some comments, and I replied to a couple of them about was there a wish list link, and I was working on it. I was calling them and texting them. It turns out that they had like a private link that no one else could access, and they had to do a bunch of work to it, but they finally got it updated.
Yeah,
so it was a little late, but it's updated now. If you didn't know about the Amazon wish list for Morganson First Church of God, it is on the North Carolina, the Good Things video that we put out. Yeah, so that's that.
Who had the highest score in bowling? Pamela wants to know.
No one here.
Stephanie Jean did.
Stephanie Jean.
Stephanie Jean.
It's interesting that you asked that, because Buddy is a really good bowler.
Oh.
I'm a really good bowler. But again, going back to that high quality acting, Pat, I had come up with a backstory, and Pat had always struggled with bowling.
Oh,
Pat,
yeah?
hold on.
Okay. Okay.
Pat went through a crisis one time. And
one time.
Yeah.
He needed bumpers. Pat.
Yeah. He needed bumpers. That's what he needed.
I think what happened was when Pat grew up, he only used bumpers.
Well, because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. When he was little, 4 years old, he fell into a gutter.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm. He fell into a gutter. And from that day forth, because he was trapped there for days.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like an actual story.
From that day forth. Okay. Any mention of gutters, it scares him to death.
Yeah.
That's why he needs bumpers.
Yeah. I can't even take a drink of my hot tea. I'm so afraid.
Yeah. Okay. Steph beat me in bowling.
I did.
I was trying. I really was.
All I do is win.
I did have an issue with my balls. Like, they were lighter than they should have been. I required heavier balls.
Oh my gosh, buddy.
And that was the truth.
Stop.
That was the truth, though. I did. I had to go back and change to heavier balls. And then I started doing better, except for a couple of times. But yeah, I was bowling with a hook. That was what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. You had a handicap. Let's move on. Someone asked about our roof.
Oh, I don't want to talk about the roof.
The roof today.
We just got done focusing on good things.
Sorry.
Roof has been the story of the day today.
Yeah, it's really bad. Really bad. So the nails that were once used to nail down the tarp have created pinholes, and Buddy has footage of it so that we can show it to the people who are representing us to fight our insurance company.
Yeah.
But it's like this super fun rain shower in our roof.
So all of the holes that had the temporary patch on it because of how heavy the rain was so heavy today, like super, super heavy. And we need the rain.
Yeah,
like,
we do.
I don't want to, we need the rain.
We need the rain.
Right. But yeah, it was so heavy. All those temporary patches leaked. I only had a bucket under one, so I was lugging buckets up into the attic this morning. And then, yeah, the one spot that Steph was talking about, there's like a section of the roof where all the nails that were put in through the tarp for the tarping, it's just a rain effect, like drips all through the nail holes and just raining in the attic. So
Yeah. Oh,
I took a big brew pot, my big beer brewing pot, because it was the only thing wide enough to collect underneath that like rain area, and I just put it under there, and we're just kind of hoping for the best right now.
I have a video. I don't think I'll be able to share it because I think you said a bad word. But I was eating breakfast this morning. I was eating my toast. And I was sitting down eating. We were all eating. I made breakfast and we had eggs and toast. And I was eating, and then all of a sudden, it's raining outside pretty bad. Every smoke alarm is going off. And I was like, what? I know I cooked sausage on the stove, but like, I was looking around. I was like, it's not smoky in here. I was like, maybe our house is really on fire. And I was like, maybe this is it. Maybe we got struck by lightning and our house is on fire, because why else is the smoke alarms all going off? So I'm just sitting there and I'm eating my toast because I'm like, well, I guess this is how we go. This is how we go out. I'm just going to sit here and eat. Buddy gets up. Sometimes when it's smoky and like if I burn something, you can wave a towel in front of the smoke alarm.
Know what we're talking about, yeah. Wave. You guys have probably done that before.
And it stops beeping, right? Like you just get a little. Well, Buddy goes around to every single smoke alarm and he's waving. He's just waving stuff. He's like, I can't handle it.
It's like I'm in the middle of 3 different smoke detectors going off.
It was loud.
It turns out that was how we discovered the raining effect in our ceiling, because I went around, I was at my last straw. I couldn't figure out how to turn these things off. I just started twisting, pulling, and disconnecting. Like, I took every single smoke detector off the ceiling.
We don't have any right now at all.
The last one, I'm going to put them back up, but
Can we though?
Yeah, well, not the office one, but the last one I took off was in the office where we have the hole from the tree to the ceiling. And as soon as I disconnected that smoke detector, water came pouring out.
Yeah.
Of where the smoke detector goes into the ceiling. And there was that short or whatever that the water going into it set the one smoke detector off, and then all of them, I guess, joined in because that's what they do.
They talk to each other.
So I had to get up there and figure out where the water was coming from. That was where I found the whole roof leaking like crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's bad up there right now. Like, I have buckets under everything, but it's like, I told Steph what scares me is that I know our roofer said that every single one of those nails that they put in our ceiling is going to be a liability because they rust and the little plastic around them shrinks, or they work their way out and then they start leaking. I just did not expect it to be so fast.
Yeah.
I did not expect those nail holes to start leaking so fast, because if this is a sign of things to come, if all the other nail holes, you guys saw how many nails were in our ceiling from the roofers.
Yeah.
If all of those start leaking, there's sheetrock in our ceiling. Sheetrock might as well be mush.
Right.
Because what was happening in just that one section today was scary.
Yeah. So I asked Buddy earlier, I said, do you think we should just take out a loan and get a new roof? Here's my fear, though. We would have to hope that the insurance would actually, like, once we win this battle, hopefully that they will actually pay and we can pay off the loan to fix the roof, because the roof was like $30,000 to fix.
To
replace the roof.
Yeah.
And so, but also when we talked to the people who were fighting for us to fight the insurance, they said, don't make any changes. Like, don't do the repairs. Don't do repairs right now, because in this fighting process, another adjuster may have to come out and get like eyes on on the damages and stuff, depending on how far the fight goes. So I don't know. Like, I truly don't know what to do. I feel so stuck.
So, Kelly, the roofers did not put any nails in our roof. The insurance company sent a professional tarping company after the hurricane to tarp our roof. They nailed our roof to hell. And then that still leaked, and they came through, and then they put more tarp and caused more damage. But no, not the roofing company. It was the roofing company that came in afterwards when we were kind of at our wits' end, and they said, because the humidity in our house was crazy, all this stuff. We had a roofer come by and he said, yeah, you got to take all this tarp off. It's trapping all the humidity in your attic, which is not allowing your house to release humidity. And it's like this whole chain reaction. And he said, let me just put these temporary patches in. They're not 100% waterproof, but they're way better than what this professional tarping company did to your roof. And that was when he told us, because he got up there and he was like, oh my God, they put nails everywhere.
Yeah.
And he was like, every single one of these nails they put in your roof, eventually, because the nails work their way out, they rust, things like that, they will leak. So he was like, this tarping company, they went from your house having to be patched or your ceiling having to be patched, roof, to the whole roof essentially is now like damaged.
Yeah. So it was just this really bad rock and a hard place. I know Bree's going through, similar things with her own. She has a different insurance company than we do. She's got issues with the floor. All her floor has to be redone. She just found out that she's basically going to have to pack up her entire home and move somewhere else while they redo her flooring, probably around the holidays. Mm-hmm. I told her she could live in the barn.
Yeah.
I know Jamie's offered their trailer and everything that they have there at Longhorn Lester. So, I mean, she has options, but what a headache. You've got 2 babies and you've got to pack up your home. And yeah, so it's just like it's an insurance nightmare. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do other than just eat my toast and let the smoke detectors go off, because that's where I'm at mentally. Anyway, moving on.
I told you I didn't want to talk about this.
Sorry, that's what's going on with our roof.
So right now, as far as drying the attic, that's your question, Carla, how are we drying?
We're waiting for the heat to come back, and
so I'm
collecting
so when I put buckets up there to collect the water, I'm scooping up all of the wet insulation and just putting it in the bucket. So so that the wet insulation is just not sitting on our sheetrock. So yes, the sheetrock is still damp, but I don't have a way to dry all that stuff, especially when I'm in that tiny little cramped space. So right now it's just collecting all the wet insulation that's up there, put it in a bucket to get it off of our sheetrock, and
they would just take it down and dump it, and then put the bucket back up there to collect more water. The bad news is that apparently there's a hurricane on the way. I don't know. I saw something with one of our local news weathermen 2 hours ago. I shared it with Jamie and Bree in our group text, and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And there's I don't know, something brewing in the Caribbean that's headed our way next week, and it's supposed to be a hurricane. So it's could be in Texas. It could go to Florida. No one really knows yet. But the way that it's projected is, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like that it's November. I don't like that I have blackberries on my bush in November. I don't like that there's a hurricane coming somewhere. I don't like any of it. So.
Yeah, I probably could put a fan up there.
You think so?
Maybe on the couple of spots that are.
I would just be so nervous that a fan was running while there was water dripping on top of it.
That is true. I don't want to cause an electrical fire in the attic.
And then we don't have any smoke detectors to tell us that there's actually a fire.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tricky. Yeah.
Here's I just saw a question that was a good change.
I did, Alice. Alice said, take audio recordings of the smoke detectors going off.
Oh my gosh.
That's when Buddy was cursing and running around the house like a madman, and I was just eating my toast. What was it?
So the question was, and I can't find it now.
A tin roof. I have
Oh,
considered.
here it is. Missy. Chickens as farm animals besides dogs.
Yeah, we do, Missy.
But do you only? So
Oh.
this is a good question. Because we currently, yes, we only have chickens. But
That's not true.
What else do we have?
We have bees.
Oh, and bees. We have bees now, guys. I keep forgetting our bees are back. Well, some bees are back. I don't know if they're ours, but they're ours now.
They came to me.
Yeah. But yes, it was. We raised goats for many years.
Our goats were, well.
That was when I saw that question. I was like, I don't know if we ever really talked about how long we raised goats.
Yeah, we had goats. And I loved my goats. However, when the sanctuary was here, Ringo was a bad boy and he kept breaking through my fence, allowing my goats to escape. And then at one point, my goats just stayed over at the sanctuary. And Lester was like, look, they like it here.
Yeah.
They were getting animal crackers. I wasn't feeding them animal crackers. And they also had
compete with animal crackers.
Yeah, free reign of all the mating. So
maybe a horse in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
So yeah, we will have a horse in the future for Alora. I told Jamie, because she just got a new horse, that I would love to be able to bring Alora over to see her new horse that she got.
Yeah.
She got a draft horse. Yeah. She's beautiful. I think she's like 18 hands or something.
I feel like we still have goats a lot of the time because we opened up our back pasture for my mom's goats and for Molly.
Yeah.
And Spike.
Yeah.
So we still get to walk out to our back pasture and see all the animals.
Yeah.
And I did a video not too long ago with me hanging out with all of them back there while I was burning sticks. Yeah. Stephanie, queen of the bees.
So your soap is not made of goat's milk then? Yeah, a lot of my soap is made with goat's milk.
We have a lot of goat's milk soap. It's cold pressed soap, right? The goat's milk, so it takes longer to cure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ringo's an OG. That is for sure.
Kim says she doesn't understand the purpose of goats on a farm. She thinks that they're just a lot of trouble and maybe just a pet.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted goat's milk.
We did want goat's milk.
And we may still get some goat's milk if my mom's goat ever.
They are a whole lot of trouble. They constantly escaped.
The biggest benefit for us with the goats is that we didn't have to mow the back pasture.
Right, yeah. But
we took on... The way we got goats was so funny. I worked with a guy. He was a vendor that I worked with. He didn't actually work with me at the school district. He was a vendor. His name was Moondog. I was like, I don't think it was his real name, but when he handed you a business card, it said Moondog on it. And I always called him Moondog many years. One day, we're having a meeting, and he's like, out of nowhere, he's like, hey, you have some property? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, do you have any pasture land? And I was like, yeah, I have a little bit. He's like, would you like some goats? And I was like, goats? And he's like, yeah, would you like some goats? And I grew up with goats my whole life, but around here, everyone's had them. But I was like, sure, take some goats.
Best day of my life. But he's like, hey, I'm bringing home 2 baby goats. I was like, are you kidding me?
Got 2 baby goats, Echo and Tango.
Brothers.
Yeah, they were brothers. They were fixed. But that, I don't know. After that, we just kind of collected more. So
yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, so Moondog just couldn't take care of them anymore. They wanted to move into a place with less land, and he just needed somewhere for him to go. So I was like, sure, why not?
Yeah. Someone asked, have we ever considered rabbits? So we were supposed to get a rabbit from Ellie a while back, and I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. It was raining a whole bunch at that time, and I couldn't move the hutch over. And then I don't know what happened. We just didn't end up getting that rabbit. Why do you not want berries in November? And it's not that I don't want berries in
We do.
November. I would love berries in November, but I just feel like it's something wrong with the weather that we're getting
It's very strange.
blackberries
Yeah.
in November.
Have not seen it happen before, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's been hot and humid enough, so
It's still in the 80s, and so getting berries in November is just a little odd. And not that I don't want, I appreciate them. It's just strange for this time of year, for sure.
rabbits hanging out with chickens.
They
Yeah,
can.
you can.
Mm-hmm.
You can put them in their little rabbit things above the chickens.
Yeah. The only thing about letting rabbits free range with the chickens is they like to burrow. And so sometimes that can cause an issue with predators coming in, like raccoons and possums.
Yeah, the bane of chickens, raccoons and possums.
Yeah.
It's always a struggle,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you got woods all around you.
Lois says it's called an Indian summer. I need to look it up.
Indian summer. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Carla's got roses blooming.
Yep. And the other Carla is getting tomatoes.
Emotional support rabbit.
Nice.
Yeah. Getting tomatoes in North Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah. A lady I work with told me that her tomatoes are looking amazing right now. And actually, like, this right here, we're getting hot peppers. We are. We're getting cucumbers. Like, our garden has a
second wind.
Yeah. 40 below 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I read that as 40 below. I was like, wait, what?
Oh no.
Where are you?
In a greenhouse? In a greenhouse?
Oh man. Okay. You ready, babe?
I'm ready to do this.
Yes.
I'm ready to see the next one.
And you know what we need to do?
What?
I wanted to do it for the live. I'm just now remembering.
What?
To put the pictures in there.
I know, we
because
need
now
to...
we've like closed a chapter. We should actually mention that.
What?
Each one of these sections, it has its own theme. So this one's like the beginning. Welcome to
the beginning.
The beginning. But as we turn the page here, this section's called Food with Bae. And it's like date night food. Dates that involve meals.
Okay, but did we want to go in order or do we want to mix it up?
Well, you know what? I'll make that decision after we find out what our first one is. How about that?
Okay.
I have something. I have knives.
Okay, I love a knife.
Just be careful.
All right, Food with Bae. We're going to scratch off.
Use the back side of the knife, not the sharp side.
This one.
First one.
This says it's going to cost 2 money signs. We have to do it before 7 p.m. and it's going to take 3 to 4 hours.
God, the name.
Recipe for Disaster? That's the name of it?
Recipe for Disaster.
I don't like that at all.
Why? Why is that the name?
I don't know. Here we go. Y'all ready?
Don't cut yourself.
I'm not dressing up anymore. I'll tell you that right now. Stephanie Jean has retired. I've never had to suck in so long in my life.
Recipe for Disaster.
Maybe that's why my abs hurt today. I've just been sucking in. Oh my gosh, speaking of that date, I caught this woman looking at Buddy. She didn't know I was looking at her, but I could see her looking at Buddy. And the way her face was, she was sitting in her car at the bowling alley and she goes, like her mouth was just wide open and she was looking at Buddy walking across the parking lot. And I looked at her and she caught my eye and I could have sworn like she flung her head back. What? You ready?
Yeah. Go ahead, read it.
Did you already read it?
No, I was going to, but I'm going to let you surprise me.
Okay. Go to a bookstore. Ooh, this sounds good already. I love bookstores. Go to a bookstore and pick out a cookbook. Ask a stranger to open the book and pick out a recipe of their choosing. This is your meal for the night. That sounds fun.
Okay.
Okay. You can either purchase the book for later use or take a picture of the selected recipe. Enjoy making whatever random meal has been selected for you to create.
All right. Recipe for disaster.
That's not as bad as I thought it would be.
No, that's not bad at all.
No, it's not bad.
Not compared to what we just did.
Yeah.
All right. So we got to go to a bookstore.
And pick out a cookbook.
Pick out a cookbook and we'll probably just take it to the counter. That worked for us pretty well last time. Take it to the counter and be like, hey, pick out a recipe. Pick out a recipe in this book. And just let them.
Let me just show the camera so just in case you want to. Wait, where are we at?
There you go.
You want to go back and can you read it? You can pause this later. That's what it says. Yeah, if you want to do it along with us, that way you and your significant other have a date night challenge. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about that.
Yeah.
But what was kind of cool is that we could pick out like a cookbook for like cooking Thai food, and we could like kind of narrow down like I'm just giving an example like cooking desserts.
What Dee just said. Pick your cookbook carefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so true.
Because you can there's like specific cookbooks on specific things, you know.
Yeah. So not a normal. So I'm not picky. I really am not picky. But there are just some things I will not eat. Like I do not like hot dogs. I will not eat hot dogs.
Yeah.
And I do not eat spaghetti. Spaghetti's weird.
Spaghetti's a weird dislike.
I've been like that since I was little. But it's even weirder because like tomato sauce I enjoy, noodles I enjoy. I don't like them together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a visual thing for him.
Yeah.
Hot dogs I understand.
Yeah, hot dogs.
But you will eat brats.
Oh, I love brats.
Yeah.
I love sausage, but I mean brats, man. Yeah. Love me some brats.
Some sauerkraut. Some spicy mustard.
Yeah. I did the hot dogs thing started when I was in high school. We had a project to read. What the heck was that?
I don't know.
We had a project in high school to read. I don't want to ruin hot dogs for everyone, so if you like hot dogs, do not read this book. We had to read a book called The Jungle for a project, and when I was reading it, and this is like a historical book about like how these factories were ran, I thought for sure things are better today. And after doing some research,
they haven't changed?
No. I just want to eat a hot dog.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
But if you like them, don't research it. That's all I'll say.
What are brats?
Oh.
Someone asked.
It's
like a German sausage.
Yeah, it's German sausage, but they typically make it with beer. Like when they do I don't know, how do they infuse the beer? It's a beer broth, like typically.
There's beerless brats.
Yeah, I know, but
it's just a type of sausage in a casing, kind of like.
Where does the beer come from in a beer broth? How does the beer get put into it?
Maybe when they cook it. I don't know.
The meat, right?
Well, they don't cook the meat. The meat's raw.
Oh.
We'll have to Google it.
Yeah. Boiled in beer. Either way, I enjoy brats.
Yeah.
I enjoy sausage.
He eats lasagna. Mm-hmm. He eats. I was looking at all the things to ask him if you eat. Yeah, he eats almost everything.
I literally will eat anything.
Except for those things.
Yeah. I did not enjoy. I can't say it hasn't come out yet. Well, when you see Cooking with Dan and Lou next episode.
Oh yeah, we had Cooking with Dan and Lou today for Sunday lunch, and Buddy did not like Utah's.
I didn't like that. I tried it though, and it wasn't like unpalatable. I just didn't like it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I've question.
Not a picky eater, though.
I have a question, and I wish Dan and Lou would have asked this because we had Tennessee and Texas with last cooking Dan and Lou, and they made chili and cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is like one of those age-old questions. Do you like beans in your chili? Because there's a lot of people who think that chili does not. There's no beans in chili, but we eat beans in our chili.
Mm-hmm. And I enjoy beanless chili, and I enjoy bean chili.
I
like if anyone presented me one with beans and one without beans and said these are both chili, I have no problem with that.
So I will say though, if I'm eating a Frito pie, I would prefer it without beans, like a Wolf brand chili or something like that without beans. But if I'm eating chili with like cornbread or rice.
Yeah, but I mean, you take like when you're thinking of like Fritos and bean dip, I mean, Fritos and beans go together. So why wouldn't you have Frito pie with beans? But yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like more filling or something.
Yeah. Like I think, I think it just kind of depends.
I'm good with either one though.
Yeah.
I really love chili in general.
I do too.
Like at today, so your cousin Maria's video today was chili, and I watched it this morning. I think it came out today, but I watched it this morning. Yeah, I did. And like at like 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm craving chili now because I'm watching her make chili, and I was like, it's way too early. I'm so hungry.
Yeah. Another house divided thing that Buddy and I have here is this morning for breakfast, I made grits. And if you don't know what grits are, it's like hominy, but small and ground up. So they're like almost like a porridge, but it's a corn base. I love grits. And so I had made them for breakfast. Mm-hmm. But I enjoy savory grits, like with salt and butter and pepper. But Buddy only eats grits sweetened.
Yeah, honey.
Honey or maple.
Specifically butter and honey.
Or syrup. You've put syrup.
Yeah, I have put syrup, but if I had to pick, I would pick honey for sure.
Yeah, or
and
just
not a whole lot. Like not a whole lot, but I just need a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
that reminds me of malto meal. Did you ever have malto meal?
That's like, probably why I enjoy
sweet
grits. Because my mom would make malto meal for us when we were little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And malto meal brings me back.
Yeah.
To like,
malto meal and like.
Oh, shrimp and grits.
Yeah, shrimp and grits.
I do love that.
All the hamburger helper meals. I ate a bunch of those when I was little.
Hamburger helper. Mm-hmm. You know, when I would go to my dad's house, I always it's kind of a running joke, but I think the only thing he knew how to make was fish sticks and macaroni and cheese. Yeah. That and hamburger helper. But it was a given that we were going to eat fish sticks and mac and cheese when we went to my dad's growing up. One time he tried to boil an egg in the microwave and it exploded and the whole house smelled really bad. Poor guy.
Yeah.
It was bad.
When Caden was little, we had bought a bag of fish sticks and one of them came out and it was like a crucifix shape.
It was cross.
A cross shape.
Yeah.
It was this perfectly cross-shaped fish stick. I have a picture of it somewhere.
Yeah, we do have a picture of it somewhere.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the grits are, I can see why people like savory grits. And I will say that if I'm going to get a shrimp and grits meal and all the seasoning from the shrimp and stuff that's kind of mixed into it, I'm perfectly fine with that being savory grits because it goes with the, the package shrimp and grits. I don't know if I would enjoy sweet grits and shrimp. Like that doesn't sound good to me. Mm-mm. But if I'm just having some eggs and toast and grits in the morning.
This might be something.
Cream, cheese, and butter. Very interesting.
Yeah, I would try it. I try everything once.
Yeah.
I'm a trier.
I'll also try anything 10 or 11 times.
Okay. All right.
That's a stupid saying.
Yep.
Ooh, that sounds good.
What?
Lorraine's having crock pot ribs tonight.
Ooh.
Sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Linda says she puts syrup on anything. I could do that too. I love maple syrup.
You know, it's
I can
really
also
good when
put
your
maple
syrup kind of like gets to your bacon.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to ask this question because Linda just sparked. One thing I do enjoy doing is putting maple syrup on, not a whole lot. We're not talking about drowning anything, just a little bit on my hash browns. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's kind of like if you have pancakes and you get a little syrup, maple syrup mixed into your hash browns, and you're just kind of eating them together. It's good.
Yeah.
It's got a good little flavor. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know.
I have an aunt, my Aunt Janice.
Nope, not the only one. I got some yeses and some yucks.
Yeah. My Aunt Janice is funny. Like you know those like cafeteria plates that there's like a little square for each individual thing? That's pretty much how she has to eat her food. Nothing can touch.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's people out there in our online family community where they can't let anything get onto anything else. My Aunt Janice is so particular about like everything has to have its own little section. Nothing can touch. Nothing. And I think she has to eat everything in a specific order.
Yeah. This is how I am, Jason. If it happens, it happens. I mean, I'm not pouring the maple syrup on my hash browns.
Yeah,
but if they get on there, or if I accidentally slide some over there a little bit, I'm not afraid to eat it.
Yeah. Is there a difference between pancake syrup and maple syrup? Wow. Yes.
Well, yeah, there's
corn syrup.
Table syrup.
Table syrup.
Table syrup and maple syrup. Maple syrup is maple syrup. That's just what it is.
Yeah, from maple trees.
Yeah.
And then
there's
table syrup, which is
high fructose corn syrup that has maple flavoring added.
Yeah.
And
delicious, unhealthy, and awesome.
Yeah. I enjoy, like, maple syrup is expensive down here. Obviously, we're in Texas. We're very far away from where maple syrup is made.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy some maple syrup when we have it. It's like a special treat.
You remember that one time? Man, I felt so dumb.
Yeah. You asked.
Wow, you said that first of all, you said that way too fast. Second of all, you didn't know my story yet. Rude. He's like, yeah, I remember that one time you were dumb. No, I told Pops, I was like, before the leaves fall off all the trees in the back, I'm going to go mark all of our maple trees because I want to tap them in the wintertime. I'm going to tap all of our maple trees. And he was like, well, what trees are you going to go tap? Because Pops knows, I mean, obviously, like, he knows the back, he knows the land, he knows the trees. Yeah. And I was like, well, all the maple trees back there, I'm going to tap them because I thought that they were maple leaves. Turns out we don't have maple trees here. We have sweet gum.
Surprise.
And there's those little spiky ball things that, like, they fall and you step on them and it's, like, worse than a Lego. Yeah, I was about to go tap all the sweet gum trees. And I was like, maybe I won't. Maybe I'm not going to do that.
Closest thing that we have here is we've made it before from our garden. Molasses.
Sorghum.
Molasses, right? Or no.
Sorghum. Sorghum is different from molasses.
But they're very similar. We made molasses cookies with sorghum.
No, we didn't. We made sorghum cookies from sorghum. Molasses is a sugarcane byproduct.
I swore those cookies that we made from the 100-year-old recipe were molasses cookies, and we substituted sorghum.
I worked 5 days straight to get a cup of sorghum from my field of sorghum plants to make sorghum cookies.
Yeah, they were good. They were good. They have.
Did you not learn?
They have a dark, like, I don't know, how do you explain it? A dark flavor.
Yeah, it's deep. It's very molasses-like. Very molasses-like. It wasn't molasses. Yeah, who's dumb now, Grammy says. You didn't remember.
I was joking. No, Pat said that anyway.
Don't blame it on Pat.
Sorry. Spontaneous possession. Oh yeah, close that knife.
I'm doing that.
Still open?
I was just scratching and
All right. Question time.
Is it already?
It's already question
I feel
time.
like we've been.
You guys got any questions for us? How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Why is my phone going crazy?
Maybe because your phone's telling you lost.
Shh.
Let's see what we're at. Ooh, I think I'm still winning.
Okay.
I am still winning, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good for me.
Well, I'll get that too, but I won't. Let's see. Sweet gum tree for me is cut down because of all the sweet gum balls that dropped every yeah. Just walking on those. Pretty much. So also, if you have never been around Chinese tallow trees, which we have a lot of Chinese tallow trees out here, those shells are also like walking on little knives.
Yeah.
When their shells dry, which inside the shell you can get, they call it a tallow tree because it's like beef tallow kind of, but because you can use it to make
it's like wax.
People make candles and stuff with it, but when it dries out and cracks open, they're all little points.
Mm-hmm. Like little pecan shells. Speaking of pecans, we probably need to pick some of our pecans, like gather them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one pecan tree by the side garden has some really big pecans this year.
This is a question for you because I don't know the answer to this.
Yes. Do Americans not make proper gravy with meat juices and vegetable or potato water and thicken it with either, I don't know what bisto is, or gravy. So I make gravy using the bits left over from like a roast. Like if I do like a pot roast or something, I'll take whatever those juices are, and you can add like a little bit of, you can make like a roux with like a little bit of fat and a little bit of flour, and you mix it until it gets kind of thick. So if I've got like a meat going on, then yeah, I'll use that. But if I've just got white rice and I don't have anything, if I want to do rice and gravy, then there are those little packets that you can get at the grocery store, or like even little tubs that you can just scoop and mix in boiling water and it'll make a gravy. But yeah, I think we do both. Like we do a little bit of it. It kind of just depends.
If you don't know, Louisiana is full of sugarcane.
Oh yeah.
And that was one of the things when we started traveling in the RV that I learned, because the place where we like to camp in Louisiana was a place called Arnaudville, and there's sugar cane all over it. And we got to watch it be harvested one year when we were out there. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Caden's ear is good. If you were not here at the very beginning, we did talk about that. Caden's ear is perfectly fine. He had a scratch inside of his ear, which was causing the blood. His eardrum was 100% intact. You can make a tincture from sweet gum balls? Wow.
I did not know, Monica.
I didn't know. I typically know those little things, and I did not know that.
That's pretty neat.
Thank you for teaching me something.
Mm-hmm.
Who won the bowling game?
I did.
Stephanie Jean did.
Yep.
Stephanie Jean, I think it was 88 to 77.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I even on purpose got 2.
That was not on purpose.
Gutter balls in a row. Like I got a 0 score for one of my frames. I did it for you just to give you a little bit of an edge, and still nothing. No dice. Yep. Still loser.
Jamie loves pecans. I missed your first comment that should have said that, but now I know. Yeah. Did Jamie bring a pecan pie here?
She did.
Okay. I saw a pecan pie in the barn. I didn't know who brought it.
Yeah, I left my cheesecake and my pecan pie in the barn fridge for a reason. It's not.
2 and 7, 2 and 8.
They started off really strong, and then a bunch of kids got injured. Like a bunch of kids got injured, and so they were working with fumes with the kids. So
yeah.
How long have we been married, bud?
12 years. Right? Yeah. 12 years. I think I didn't know. I just saw. I'll just throw that out there.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to be able to keep up with all my nicknames, y'all. Steveney. Let's just call me Steveney. Steveney Jean.
Yeah.
We'll shorten it.
We don't really know Alicia. We're going to have a conversation.
We had to get something notarized on.
We just recently got a claim, like a document saying that we approve of what our third-party appraiser appraised the damage at. And we got it notarized Thursday or Friday of last week.
So much red tape.
But we need to have a conversation tomorrow about us moving forward with just replacing the roof, getting like a loan or something to do that, because I'm just really nervous that we're about to have a whole lot of damage if we don't do something. And who knows how long this is going to sit.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, do you think it would be okay if we cut down, if you and I cut down that tree that's dead?
The big dead one?
No, well, it's not big, but it died.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
Yeah, I'm sure we can. But we need to have professional people come cut down those other two ones.
I bet we could do those.
Will land on our house. No, I'm not. No.
Bet we could do it.
No way at all. Don't even try.
You're going to come home. I'll be like, look, add this to our claim.
Yeah. We were thinking, Cindy, about a metal roof. That's kind of what we had been leaning towards, which is why the cost is, because we can get a shingle roof for cheaper than $30,000, obviously, but
well, it's not that much cheaper though.
It isn't that much cheaper, but
it's like, so if we're going to get a loan to get a roof,
yeah,
and it's a $5,000 difference,
just get one that
I'm just going to get
will hold up and last a long time, and
because it was $26,000 for a shingle, and I think $30,000 some change for a metal roof.
Yeah.
But the shingles were, I mean, if you think about it, because here's my thought process. If we're going to get a new roof and we're going to pay for the materials now, what's those materials going to cost us 30 years from now? Which is what the lifespan of a metal roof. Well, metal roof can actually last 50 years, but like if we have an opportunity now to do it right, and we're going to have to just eat the cost, might as well, I feel like, do a little bit of an upgrade. You know?
Yeah.
If we're going to do it. I think that would be the smartest thing to do. I did. Thanks, Pin. Thanks for the reminder. I had to. First of all, because it was so tight in places that anything, and it was like stretchy material. So believe me, I attempted to do different variations of panties. None of them worked out. Even the nude colored thongs, you could see something, and I'm just.
Melissa, so I am Caden's stepdad, and yeah, don't worry about that. No disrespect taken.
Nope, we've covered that before.
Yeah, I'm Caden's stepdad. I've raised him since he was a baby, so I don't really consider myself a stepdad.
Yeah. Yep. You're the step up dad. Isn't that what they say?
I guess so.
They step up to the plate.
Metal roof has gotten a lot of votes in this chat.
Upgrade and you won't regret it, Meg's Little House in the Country said.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do that. Okay, well, on that note, it is 7 o'clock, guys. This went by really fast. This live went by super quick.
I'm really looking forward to our...
Time flies when you're having fun. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. This is Pat, and this is my beautiful wife, Stephanie Jane. We're signing out for the night, everyone.
Should we replay the photos?
Okay.
Just to be extra cringy?
If you missed it, we played it at the very beginning. We're going to give you a round 2 on our way out. Everyone stick around. We're going to say goodbye now, but stick around. We'll show you the slideshow. So enjoy our photo shoot. We love you all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And here you go.